So this video went nowhere according to plan, and as you can imagine, that was a little frustrating, but it did lead to something I had never seen happen with ink before, and it's kind of fascinating. So if you want to see something really weird and interesting about ink, please stay tuned, because this video definitely takes a bit of a dive. What's up guys, I'm J-Rod at battlebrawlerproductions, your new channel. Welcome. We craft amazing comic book style illustrations, variety of different mediums. And today's a bit of a special video as I'm going to be taking a look at a Winsor&Newton ink. Now Winsor&Newton is, to be fully transparent, one of my favorite companies of all time in the art realm. I really do like most of the products they make, though I still call them out for some of their subpar stuff. But I have to say I am excited to check out this Calligraphy ink. I did take a look at their black blue a few years ago and I really liked it, so I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual black ink itself. Now this specifically is formulated for fountain pens. It is a calligraphy ink. Something that I wasn't aware of on my journey of inking is that calligraphy inks are almost always not waterproof, mainly because they need to fit through a fountain pen and claim to be waterproof are going to be more water resistant. So I thought it'd be really cool to check this guy out, and it is $10 to $7 depending on where you go for 30 milliliters. So this will be enough to fill up a standard fountain pen about 30 times, give or take, but we're going to see what we can do with it in our sketchbook. So I have spent about 30 minutes trying to get a line to come out of my fountain pen, and after disassembling and cleaning it, I realized the calligraphy ink was far too thick. It was almost slime consistency, which is very strange. And what I realized what happened to this bottle of ink is that the seal that's on the top wasn't properly tightened, and so something was causing air to get into this bottle, which caused the ink to dry, leaving a very thick pigment at the bottom. Which is very interesting because this is a similar technique that you can use with Higgins ink to get it to be thicker and darker, and that happened to our calligraphy ink. You can see that the actual liquid isn't at the top. This is a brand new bottle. I haven't used any of it outside of what I put in the pen, and so the excess dried, and so we're left with this super thick goop consistency. Like, this is not what calligraphy ink is supposed to look like or feel like or behave like. This is insane. It looks super cool, and the crazy part is this is still water solvent, so we can go in and add water to blend and move this around, almost like a thick goopy watercolor. In fact, this almost seems like a slightly thinned down gouache, and that's kind of crazy. I have actually never ever seen this happen before with a calligraphy ink. Now unfortunately for me, it did ruin my fountain pen. I have thoroughly cleaned it and it's still not working. I did put another calligraphy ink in there and I'm just having zero results, so that does suck because I really like this fountain pen and now I toss it. But this is really kind of cool, so hey, I learned something new, and hopefully you guys did too, because this is really strange but kind of awesome. I really don't know what I can do with this. I mean, sure, I can kind of use it like a normal ink. Well, not even really, because it's not going to have a really good flow off of my brushes, and it's also not going to have a good flow in any pen, including a dip pen. So yeah, this really is something that's kind of, I don't want to say useless, but unless I'm using some junk brushes that I don't mind getting really gunky, because the problem is that it's so thick it's going to gunk up those brushes, similar to how acrylics do. At least with gouache, it is extremely water solvent, while this, I mean, if I add water into here, yeah, we could push it, kind of pull it, and it does thin it out a little bit, but still, that's kind of like not what I want to do, and it's also going to make it gray, not black. Though we are keeping a pretty solid black the more water I add. Oh, there we go. Now we're starting to get some gray. Either way, this is interesting, and I'm kind of curious to see what I can do to actually bring this ink back, if that's possible. Can I simply, well, no, I can't add water because it'll turn it gray like I mentioned earlier. Maybe I could add like a black liquid watercolor. That could probably work. Either way, this was very interesting, and I absolutely had to share this with you guys because this is not the turn of the video that I thought this would be, because I've used this ink before and I actually really liked it, but I really wanted to see what the black version was because I used the blue-black version. But I will say this, if you haven't got the chance to try one of these, they are really nice and really good. Like I said, I used the black-blue before and I really liked it. Probably gonna give this a 9 out of 10 when I actually review it. Yeah, this was just kind of funny, and I actually do like the slightly blue tint. Either way, we might find a use for this. I don't know. This is kind of interesting. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What are ways I can try and bring this back to like like its normal state, or what can I use this for? I love to hear you guys' feedback because I think this will be a really interesting challenge. So let's go ahead and leave your comments and subscribe to the channel for more art and animation-based content. Remember, I'm J-Rod, BattleBrawlerproductions. I draw power my own soul. And thank you all so much for watching.